All right, and we are flying over our work that we've been doing off camera. If you can see, there's been a lot of landscaping. Well, at least the preparation for landscaping going in. And I built a platform for our portal. I felt like the portal was just sitting on the ground too much. Even looking at what we did last time with the trading hall, I don't know if I like it just sitting in the desert landscape. I kind of like when the important buildings are up on a platform. So we might do that later. I don't know, I'm going to let it sit for a minute. But welcome back to another episode of AchromatiCraft. We worked so hard last episode, and I keep telling myself we're not going to go that big every episode. But it was a cool one. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We got in there, got our villager hall created, got the villagers in there, and we built all kinds of landscaping around this. And I keep saying landscaping, but it's really just dirt. So this is actually going to be perfect. As you know, we put this new terrain around all the buildings anyways. So we'll get it all prepped so we can at least see the space. And then eventually, as we build buildings, we'll get the landscape around it. So we might landscape around the portal today, but we're going to go start working in a new area. And that new area is now accessible because if you remember, we had two really awkward tall hills right here. And so what I've been working off camera is to really start prepping us to going to the other side of the portal. Now there's still a weird kind of cliff here. We'll have to figure out what that looks like eventually. But the idea here, and you can see I've been putting so much dirt and then realized I can just use all the sandstone. I was collecting so much sandstone and had no clue what we were going to do with it. So that's going to be our new our new base material that we're going to use. Instead of always needing to go get more dirt, we can use all the sandstone that we've been digging up from some of these projects. But the idea here is I've been starting to lay out some different buildings. The first is, with all this sand that we're going to have, I need a place to store it. I'm thinking some kind of storage unit here. Not quite sure what that's going to be. The other thing that I want is, I want to use, and have I used it? Oh yeah, let me show you up here. I've been using, or at least experimenting with cyan terracotta. Since we have so much terracotta just over on the other hill there, I've realized it is like a perfect gray for us to start using in this district, and it'll probably help us offset all the white. Oh, and we used some of it over there as well. But we need a lot more cactus for that. We need to get a way of getting green dye. And so why not set up a cactus farm? So we're going to set up a cactus farm out here. And then the other thing is, I'm not sure I want to always be mining for terracotta. And if you didn't know, we can build a factory for terracotta. That's going to be a future episode. You're going to have to come back for that one. But we're going to get started here, getting the cactus farm up. Right now, I've just been using this sad little cactus farm here, where I come in, break it down, and just let it keep regrowing. So we're going to build one. We're going to get it in here. Let me get a few materials prepped. We're going to prep an area. We'll get the farm built first, and then we'll build the house around it, just like we've done some of the other projects. So let me do that, and we will get started. And this farm isn't going to be anything special. We're going to build the standard cactus grows up, pops off, falls in a water stream. But we're going to have a little surprise over here. And man, there's too many rabbits around here. But we're going to do, at least get this side done, and then I'll show you what we're going to do on the other side. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But let's get started, and this is going to be the simplest farm. I don't know if you ever have built one of these before, but the way I like to do it is just get a pillar going, get what you need, sand, oops, and then we know the cactus goes here, it grows up one, and so then we need to go up another. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process, and the easiest thing is to just be able to build it out this way. And pretty quick, and we're going to need to get some scaffolding, I realized. We can get a lot of these in pretty quick. Oop, wrong spot, but that's okay. We'll just keep building. And then we'll clean it all up. That's why I use dirt instead of other blocks, because we can just come through with our shovel. Those are out pretty quick. So we'll do the same here. Build out. Oh, why did I do it that way? Just build it out in the middle here. You can see this is going to go pretty quick. So I'm just going to build this out real quick. At least let you see what the farm looks like. I'll get the iron bars in that'll help pop these off. Yeah, and pretty soon we're going to have this right up. So let's see. Let me just flip over to the completed version. And with placing the last ones in, I think we're pretty much there. As you can see, it's not huge. I did 3 layers. Maybe this will be easier if I go down. Try not to get hurt here. But if we come down, I'm going to break the scaffolding real quick. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch. But as you can see, we're not going to do anything too big. I don't know that we're going to need that much cactus, and I think by us building here early, we're going to get plenty for what we need. It's really just that cyan terracotta. We'll probably use it a lot more here. Maybe we'll use it in other districts. If we do, we'll build the bigger farm later. But I think this is going to be a good start to get us going and help us to have just kind of an automated way. Now, the thing I'm thinking, and I haven't dug this out just yet, but we got to obviously get the way that this cactus is going to be collected. We're going to use water, but we're not just going to empty it into a chest. Now we're going to build a building, I think. And this is why I plotted this out a little bit bigger. But I have the idea of not only having an aesthetic building, but have it run down some kind of a channel and then pop back up. And we'll do a furnace array. So the idea is that the cactus comes down, pops up, goes over, goes through an array of furnaces, and then that way it automatically cooks into into green dye, which is what we need to combine with the blue dye to get the cyan. So I think that's what we're going to do, but we can't really build this in until we have the building. So we need to go grab our quartz, grab our other materials, and build another building around this, and let's build it out. And with the power of video editing and all the time I spent, we've got a new building. This is our cactus farm. Doesn't look like a cactus farm, does it? I really wanted this to be a building that kind of stood out, found some inspiration online, and had to go after it. I thought this turned out exactly what I was kind of hoping for, because I really want this area not to all have a whole bunch of big buildings like we have there, but to really have things that look like multiple people could live in them, or just have a lot of different character to them. And so when I saw this kind of layout, I said, I think it's going to work. And it actually is like almost perfect for our farm. So one of the things I really tried to incorporate is, if you remember up here, we started putting the sun in. And so I wanted to use that motif. So we're going to start having windows like that. So it might not be to the same scale as what we have over there, but at least is a little nod to that sun. And then this one, I figured since it was a core building in this main area, that it could be quartz. I thought about using some of the other materials, but since it's a main building, they put their money into it. That's kind of the lure behind it. And it's the sun going down. Oh, that's cool. We almost have the sun perfectly inside of that sun ray. But let me sleep, and then I'll give you a tour of what the inside of this looks like and kind of what we're going to do next. All right, and after sleeping, we are ready to go in and see what it looks like on the inside. So you'll notice I started putting the sandstone down for when we put our landscaping back in. But let's check out this door, because it's maybe the most dangerous. This is the one that has all the cactus and drops you straight in. It was a little tighter than I thought. Maybe I should have built it a little different, but it's okay. We don't need to go in a lot of these places. So this main little entrance is the way we get in here. And I put a nice big window so we could see in there, see where the cactuses are falling. And then to what we talked about earlier, you might be able to see the water is all pushing down. and we're gonna have to go put this in. But I'm gonna drop in, and you'll notice I already got the soul sand and this. Oh wow, and we're already getting some cactus without us even putting the water stream in. So I put some packed ice in. This is gonna shoot the cactus all the way over, and then we'll do a little bubble column. So this won't be too bad. And in fact, I've got some things already prepped here. Where's my water? And maybe some trapdoors. So we're gonna make this actually fairly simple. We're just gonna put a trapdoor here, bucket of water. You've probably seen that trick. Keeps the stuff going. We'll put another trapdoor here. Give me another one to let it go through to the bubble column. And I even have a little pathway out here. We're just gonna grab some water. I probably should make a few more buckets. But this is going to be... Oh, that's perfect. And look, it's already getting stuff there, and we don't even need that other water. That's going to be a good way in. We're going to get a little glass. We'll get this all enclosed in. I'll put the water in from above. We should be good to go. I know it's kind of ugly down here, but I don't plan on coming back down here. So that should be it for it. But let's go upstairs. And we're going to kind of see if we can build this interior out. So let me build it out. And then I'll explain kind of what we're trying to do here. All right, and a little reconfiguring later. I had to pull the water stream out, but we've got it. This is nothing intense. This isn't amazing. We're still gonna need to probably fix this up because it looks kind of bad right now. But the idea is that they're gonna come up, they fall in, hit the first hopper, which I just realized. Well, it's doing exactly what it needs, and I'm going to put the extra cactus in here. Is that this one's going to fill up, then this one should fill up, and then any overflow will go here. But I didn't do anything to actually pull out the green dye when it's cooked. So, that's an easy enough fix. We'll just send it all into there. We'll probably, actually, do I have some trapdoors? Oh man, I have plenty of them. We could do something like this. Maybe this is how we, I don't know, make it so it doesn't look so bad. Maybe that looks worse. I'll break that in a minute, but you at least get kind of the look of what we're going for here. Is I wanted it to be a nice, easy way for the cactus to come up, that it automatically gets cooked. And the chest back here you can see is how we're going to get the fuel in here. Now I don't want to just use coal. I think I've used coal in enough projects. I want to use some lava. And the reason I got inspired here is, let me go back out here. Is it down this hole? Nope. Maybe it's over here. I want to show you what I found. There are so many holes here in this desert. Got to be careful. As you can see, I'm looking down all of them. Did I cover it up? Maybe I covered it up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Alright, I think the main entrance I had I may have covered up with our building. So I'm going to get my rockets out here because I feel like this is going to be dangerous. But what I want to do... Well, that wasn't good. I didn't even deploy my wings. Yep, there's some danger in here for sure. But what I want to do is, there's plenty of dripstone. And what can you do with dripstone? Well, first you can die to a creeper. Come on. Oh, perfect. Alright, but what I want to do is grab some of this and actually just build a lava farm. So what I need to do is grab some dripstone. I'll probably find a lava pocket, and then we're going to stick that inside of our farm, and I'll show you what I'm thinking there. And if you've never set up one of these lava farms before, it's really not too hard. I don't even know if I need this little distance. I just think it's cool. Like, there's nothing above this. You can see the water drips out of these. But it's going to be simple. We just need to get some lava up here. It's going to start dripping down into here. But I got to go find that lava. I might have to make a few extra buckets because I only want to make one trip. Let me see if I can find that lava pool. Alright, and this is why I love doing these maps, because I was looking at kind of where have we been building, where are we at, and notice this tiny little square of lava. And it shouldn't be that far away. It looks like it's just over that river. So let's see if we can fly over there and get us some lava. It's always a little different when you actually come. Is this it? Oh yeah, I think we found it already. The beauty of mapping things out. Now let's see if I can do this without dying. Oh, it's kind of an awkward one. It looks like some of the sand must have already fallen in. That give us all 5? That gives us all 5, and we're going back to the cactus farm. Alright, there's a chance that I don't need lava above each one of these, but just to be safe, we'll do it. I'd use some scaffolding here. Let's go down here. Pushed the wrong button there. I don't know what I pushed that gave me that, but I was trying to get my pickaxe out. But you can see now the lava is dripping and it's filling up the cauldrons. But I'm pretty sure this takes a while. We're actually going to keep our lava buckets in this room. I'm actually just going to put them all up. I need one for my water. We're just going to keep them there for now. When this gets filled up, the beauty is we can simply just come in, grab that lava. We'll chuck it probably just straight into here. And look, we already got 64 and 7. Perfect. So that's going to give us a really easy way to always have fuel going. The fact that we have 5 means this can be filled up twice. And we're just going to let this run. We're going to let the farm do its thing. Fill this up. When we're ready for some cyan terracotta, we'll come in, get that cyan. Oh man, and I still haven't lit this place up very well. And that's probably a good place that we should focus on to kind of wrap up this episode. Is let's get at least a little of the landscaping in and maybe the pathway up to the portal. So let me sleep and then we'll do that. And we got some of that landscaping in. Actually, I shouldn't say some. This was a lot of landscaping to do, but I'm not really sure like what we're going to do for the actual landscaping itself. So let me fly down here real quick. And one idea that Arc had, again, she keeps helping me with so much great concepting, is the idea that we have some kind of cactus. Now I tried basalt, but I don't know. I don't know if that is the thing that we should go with. Maybe it's fine. But the reason I liked it is that it has a little more contrast, where these are starting to blend in maybe a little too much with the terrain. So we might need something. If you have ideas there, please let me know, because I'm not necessarily sold on this with the little flower on top. So there might be something there. But one thing I wanted to point out before we wrap this up is sightlines. So what I'm really trying to do is make sure that we have awesome sightlines. So I pushed this building over a little. This one will sit kind of to the side. You can see where we might have one there. But I want to make sure that we have kind of what we did in the medieval district, where we have these awesome sightlines that help you really want to go up and explore more. So maybe let's take to the sky real quick. And you can see kind of how this path goes. And it goes right up to the portal. We got a little of the sand, or gray sand around the backside here, but we didn't get it all in. We won't for a bit. I'm not sure what's going to butt up against this in this area. So we won't worry about that too much today, because we got a lot in. This is awesome. We now have this awesome view that when you come out, you start seeing buildings. And you can see we've got plenty of land to work with now. So if you have ideas, let me know, because we're going to have plenty of room to build. And we're going to build something here soon. Maybe next episode, that's going to go along with this cactus farm that we got built today. So I think we're getting to a good spot. The nice thing is we can just let this thing run, build up all the cactus we need, so when we go for that cyan terracotta, it's there. So y'all, that is going to do it for today. I appreciate you watching, and for all the ideas. We've had so many ideas around this, and I'm excited to just keep building. So until the next episode, we'll talk to you soon.